Anyway, okay, so let's talk about favorite characters.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there are so many characters and such a great character study.
Hmm.
Like, there are so many different people, and she gets into and is able to tell from their points of view so well, which is why I liked it so much. So, I'll read some of the favorite characters from some people. Jen was like the overall fave that
Yeah,
everyone
he's my
loved.
favorite too. Like I'm on the bandwagon too.
Yeah, I love Jen. Roxanne was in there, and then Jordan said she liked Beatrice because she was really hilarious to her,
Yeah,
just kind
she
of like
kind of was.
funky.
Yeah.
Dude. But yeah,
Like
why?
again, like another reason why I struggled in the beginning of the book was there were so many people that I
Yeah.
was like struggling to keep track of everybody. But then
Hmm.
like once you kind of get down to the core like ensemble of characters,
Hmm.
then it was a lot. Like you could focus and be like, okay, I know who everyone is.
Right. Well, I think that she told it that way on purpose too, because it's like so
Because it was like
chaotic.
chaos, yeah.
And it was like all these people. It's like what I do when I get on planes. This is like so morbid. It's because I watched 3 seasons of Lost, but I like get on planes and I'm like, who of these people do you think I'd be friends with if like our plane went down? And I'm like
Yeah.
always thinking that.
I'm never thinking that, but now I'm going to. But yeah, it kind
But
of goes
anyway,
with the situation where they all get to know each other over time, and
hmm,
like it's like a party at first where people don't really know each other. They're,
right.
you know,
Yeah, I thought Jen was awesome, and I think it's because he's just trying to make everyone.
yeah, he's like a
He's just a good
peacekeeper kind
person.
of.
He's trying to, yeah, he's a peacekeeper. Yeah, and
Hmm.
he's trying to like manage the situation, but he's doing it with such peace of mind and like he's able to
Yeah,
control what's happening in a
isn't he like
very
pretty
stressful
young?
situation. In my mind, I picture him being like 25. I don't
Me
know.
too.
I don't
Yeah, I
think it's
imagined him
that,
like really young,
but
and I
yeah,
was
young,
like,
like your age. Yeah.
yeah, and he like I don't know.
I don't
He's
know.
like in
I don't know.
such a stressful. He has so much pressure on him as the translator for everything, and he like totally keeps his cool the whole
Hmm.
time. Like he's
Yeah.
never like, I'm so stressed. Like he was just
Were you
awesome.
surprised? Was anyone surprised when he and Carmen like became? I mean, yeah, Carmen. When he and Carmen became a thing,
I wasn't
were you?
surprised. Like I liked it.
I liked it too, but I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, we don't have time for this.
They only had time. They had all the time.
I know, but I was like, what is going on? But
Yeah.
I really
No, I
liked
liked
them too,
it.
which made the ending so sad.
I know. And like, can we just talk about the ending now?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
If you haven't finished it, we're gonna talk about the ending now.
so leave. Just kidding. But yeah, like he was. I wish the epilogue was longer. Who else said that? Maybe Jordan. Because like, first of all, I was like, what? Like, I didn't like that Jen and Roxanne were together, but I see why because like they went through like a traumatic thing together, and
Well,
that
yeah,
kind
that's what
of
they're.
that's a huge
Yeah.
like shared experience is like a huge reason why people even want to be together. Like, there was a line in the book that says they like got married out of love for each other and love for all the people that they were with,
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
like,
it was
yeah,
almost
okay, it makes sense. But I also
like
like
a
hated it.
symbol of like what they went through instead of like an actual relationship. It was
Yeah,
like they did it out of honoring someone, but I was like, I don't love that.
yeah. Caroline said it's like he was a substitute. Totally. It was like she was like, "Oh, like he can be like my stand-in." But and then they were like talking about Carmen in the epilogue too. And it
Hmm.
just made me feel like Jen was like he was just trying to hold on to her still.
Well, Sarah DM'd us and she said, no, did not like it. They never interacted themselves until the end. They need to deal with their trauma on their own instead of ignoring it and
Yeah.
clinging to each other. And I think that's really true. But
Mhm.
also, like, the way it was written, it was just, like, even more heartbreaking. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's, like,
It was
so
really
hard to
sad.
read. So hard to read that part. I have a
Yeah.
friend who's not in the club, but she was like, I remember when I had been talking to her about this, and she was like, you're gonna love it till the epilogue.
You're
I
like,
was like,
okay.
oh. But yeah, I a lot of people said they were surprised and or disappointed. Natalie
Yeah.
said she didn't love it and didn't hate it. She says, I do feel like the end emphasizes how violence doesn't accomplish goals and that many are impacted by rash decisions and behavior.
Such a
So,
mature answer instead of me being like, I don't like it.
oh yeah. So anyway, what are the other questions we
We
asked? And
have,
if anyone who's watching, if you want to like present a question or a thought, please feel free to do so. I'm looking up the
yeah,
the
we talked about music, like
oh
the
yeah.
role of music. And that's kind of an obvious question. Everyone kind of answered it the same way, which is cool. Like it was like a unifying language
Mm-hmm.
between everybody because there were like dozens of languages between all the people there. And I was thinking like what else could have unified people in that situation?
The only thing I thought of was the chess playing.
Yeah, and I was gonna say probably sports. And then
Mm-hmm.
there
And
was
they play
like chess, and
soccer.
then chess was happening. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay." Like, but it didn't do it in the same way as
Not
the
in an
music.
emotional way, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting thing to think about, like, what is another thing besides music that could have united all of these people? And it's hard to think of anything.
Mm-hmm. And you think about then Roxanne and her character, like how much pressure is that she like is keeping it all together because she is able to share that gift.
Yeah.
Like without that, like what would the situation have been like
Hmm.
for everyone in the house, the terrorists and the hostages?
Yeah. Like maybe they never would have like become friendly.
Yeah,
I
never
don't
know.
know. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought of something that I had to read like with one eye closed is when the guy has the
Oh,
face
the laceration on his face.
and they have to stitch it up. I was like,
Yeah, that
shut
was
it.
gross.
Anyway, that was off topic, but that was another scene where memorable.
It was that part was memorable, I will say. Yeah.
Oh
Another
man.
question we had was, can people fall in love even if they don't speak the same language?
And also, like by extension, how did you feel about the relationship between Mr. H? Because we can't remember his name.
It's
You
like
have the book.
Hokusawa.
Yeah, I think you're
Okay,
right.
I'll just read it
Hokusawa.
out. I
Uh,
just did that thing where I just like see the word but I don't actually read it. Hosokawa. Hosokawa.
Hosokawa. All right, Mr. Hosokawa and Roxanne. Like, how did we feel about that? And then also the languages.
Yeah.
Again, it's the power of music.
Yeah, and Caroline just said, what about the shingles? Yeah, when his eye was like
Oh
disgusting.
yeah, I forgot about that.
It was pretty gross. Okay, yeah, like going back to that question, what Natalie said was, at our core, we're all interconnected regardless of the language we speak, color of our skin, or background. In some ways, I think you can better see a person through their actions and manner when the distraction of words is cut out. Which I agree with that too. But also like
And she shows that in a lot of different relationships.
yeah,
It's
like
really
all
powerful.
throughout the book, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That like language wasn't enough to stop like those relationships from progressing at all. And yeah, they did have a translator, but like he wasn't present all the time.
No. Mm-mm.
But
And
I
also,
will say like I being married to someone that speaks my language and is from like the same culture as me, like we still have like difficulties. So I can only imagine like marrying someone from another culture and like the kinds of issues that would come up, you know.
yeah.
It'd be
Another thing
difficult.
that I thought was really interesting about the relationships in this book is that obviously there's like a little bit of like that Stockholm syndrome kind of thing because they're together for so long.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's like also kind of reversed, like where the people who took over are also like needing to be taken care of by the
Yeah,
people in the house.
they don't know what else to do. There's
Right.
one
They're
part
like,
where
we've never done this before.
yeah, they
This
weren't
is
even
not our
supposed to
jam.
be there because like the president who they were trying to kidnap wasn't there. And so they didn't have another plan B. So they just took
Right.
everyone hostage and had to stay. Like they didn't want to be there
And they were
either.
and like they were called terrorists, but it wasn't like they did this all the time. They were like,
They were like
we
young people that like got recruited to do this one thing,
right,
most
because their
likely.
families had been ripped apart or whatever from their government. And so it was like such I think that's also why the people were drawn together, because it wasn't like a normal hostage situation. None of them are normal,
It wasn't
but it was
regular.
like they needed each other for comfort,
Yeah, like
both
Roxanne
sides.
became like a mother to Carmen in a way, like,
Mhm.
and to like Cesar or Caesar or whatever. Like, they
Mhm.
needed their families and parents, like, still, you
So
know?
sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um so has anyone seen the movie?
But I'm gonna watch it now that I finished the book. But one person on our poll said they'd seen it.
I wonder how they're able to, because that's the thing, like we talked about earlier, is that the exciting action parts
I
aren't
bet
that
they're gonna be
actiony.
played up in the movie.
That's what I think. And then you kind of lose like what makes the book kind of cool, is that it's like all about the relationships and not really about what
Not
happens.
about what's happening. Watching
Right.
the trailer, I watched the trailer like a couple of days ago, and it they have to market it that way. Like
Right, of course.
it's very action, like plot point oriented,
Mhm. Mhm.
where the book isn't really like that. So it might be cool to see it both ways. It's like seeing it from two perspectives almost.
Right. Caroline, I didn't picture Julianne Moore as the singer though.
I actually did just because I knew she was in the movie.
I
Yeah.
pictured Jen as Orlando Bloom. So,
Oh, nice. I pictured him as like a professional video gamer, like I don't know. Okay, sorry. I watched this like documentary about these like professional video gamers in Asia and like they were like young people
mhm.
and I just imagined him as like one of them, like super smart, super nerdy. I don't know.
I'm that. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, Jordan, I pictured her as the singer from Greatest Showman. Kind of me too. She kind of looks like Julianne Moore.
Well, that was kind of it. We're done with our book club time. We normally take 20 to 25 minutes. So,
Yeah.
sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody.
Yeah, that was a disaster, but
I am
I
so sorry.
pictured
We'll
Jen
post.
hot. Like Jordan
I
just said.
mean,
I
Orlando
didn't
Bloom,
picture
I
him hot,
just
but I
said
still
that.
liked him.
Um,
So do you want to talk about
oh yeah,
anything else
Circe.
or just next month?
Circe
Yeah.
is next month's book for May, or Kirke in the
Yeah,
ancient. I don't know, but
that's
it's
another
by
word I'm never gonna say out loud because I don't know how to say it.
it's the secret book. It's
Yeah.
Circe by Madeline Miller. That's our
Hmm.
book for May, and it's like a really fun read if you, like me, were obsessed with Greek mythology when you learned about it in fifth grade, and you're like,
Yeah.
I love this. It is super fun.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited to read it.
yeah, it'll be really good. So we'll do book club on May 25th. We'll read Circe, and it's really good. I think it came out last year.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think it's
think
a 2018.
it'll be really fun because we'll be able to talk about mythology and stuff. And we haven't
Yeah.
done a fantasy yet. So,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
okay. Thanks for reading Bel Canto, everyone.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.